Capricorn, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a general reading for you today. So I'm not going to ask any specific questions. I'm just going to see what comes up for you. If this resonates, then please remember to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe. I'm new here to YouTube, so I really appreciate every single like, comment, subscription that I get. And let's see what's going on. Knight of Pentacles. I'll be showing you these in closer detail and of course clarifying as we go along as well. Could be you're moving towards something very slowly, slow progress. Progressing financially with your money, with your career perhaps. Could be feeling very stressed at this time. Ooh. And going through some sort of inner transformation. Could be wanting to transform your life. Trying to manifest particular new opportunities for yourself. And I see a move coming up for you. You may be moving home. You may be trying to manifest a new home. Ace of Wands, definitely a kind of realization coming to you. Could be a new passion for something, a passionate project, a passionate new start. Yeah, passionate new start in work. Could be starting a new job soon, or you have recently started a new job and it is creating a lot of new opportunities for you. It's really lighting you up inside. You're becoming more in tune with your intuition. You're becoming more wise. And it's because of the hardships that you've gone through in the past. But you may be feeling slightly confused about it also. Why confusion? Why confusion for Capricorn? Kind of not knowing which way to go. You may feel an abundance of opportunities, not knowing which one to take. You may feel like you have a lot of opportunities available to you, a lot of options, and you're not sure which one to go with. I would say here use your intuition when making that decision. There may be a temptation to walk away from a particular opportunity because it gets too hard. Yeah. You may be thinking about leaving a situation in order to start new foundations. Here, could be in a relationship. Could be something here that disappointed you. You want to start again. I see that you're kind of transforming. You want to build something new. You have a few cards here of like building something new. Ace of Swords here and the Seven of Wands. You could be speaking your mind. And that is what kind of turns people off from you. You could be experiencing a lot of fears at this present time. Let me see and let me clarify here. So Knight of Pentacles is your current energy. Knight of Pentacles is definitely a card of slow progress. You may be feeling impatient about the lack of progress that you have. But just know that even though it's slow and so you may not be able to feel it all of the time, doesn't mean that there is no progress whatsoever. There is definitely progress. You just need to be patient with it. You have a few cards of kind of wanting to move on from a situation. You have the Ten of Wands, you have the Six of Swords and the Eight of Cups. Definitely something here that may have disappointed you. You may have felt that you wanted to achieve something in your situation. It's kind of not moving fast enough, I feel, for some of you, and it could be that you have a temptation here to move forward, to move on from it. I feel that some of you are starting a new job and it is quite exciting for you, but it may overwork you or overwhelm you and you may have the temptation to quit. Some of you may be making a big move soon as well. You may have this idea or this temptation to move, like physically move home, for example. Let's clarify this Nine of Swords. What is stressing out Capricorn at this present moment? Yeah, you're coming to the end of a cycle. You're coming to the end of a cycle and having to start again. You may feel that things are up in the air. You may be going through a number of changes in your life with relationships, with family matters and with work. It may feel quite a lot. It may be a very big change for you. You may be entering into a new job and a new relationship at the same time, for example. You may be becoming more committed in your relationship. It may feel like a lot is going on. You may feel stressed out with your thoughts. You may be experiencing some anxiety or talking badly about yourself to yourself. Why is there a temptation to leave? What are Capricorn thinking about leaving? It might not be a physical, like leaving. It could be here that you're having to leave something in the past. You're having to move on from something internally in order to get this new energy into your life. And it could be a very painful process. Excuse me. Too many cards. Because sometimes you have to kind of leave things, right? Something from the past, a situation that disappointed you. Even if you're not physically moving on, there's a sense here that you need to, you need to heal from something in the past. You've come on this long journey and now it's time to stop and reflect on what you have achieved. Could also be dealing with a Virgo here that you're moving on from. I see this more though as like an internal struggle to leave the past behind. I got a similar message for you, Capricorn, in my previous reading for you. So if you haven't checked that out yet, I would definitely have a look at that on my channel. There's a sense here that for many of you, you're moving on and you've experienced a lot of pain and heartache in the past, which you're still healing from. Tell me about this job. It might not be physically a new job. It could be that you're just working with people, collaborating on some new project, on some new idea that you have, something that is quite exciting. You could be meeting new friends, new colleagues. Yeah, it's an emotional project. It could be something that has a kind of humanitarian vibe to it, where you're helping other people. It is something that you find very emotionally rewarding and fulfilling. I see that for some of you it may be quite stressful to begin with, but I feel like it will be very fulfilling for you. It's kind of like an inner calling, something that you may have always wanted to do. It's something that you awakened to in the past, in the recent past. Something that really lights you up, something that you feel passionate about, something that you feel like you can do very well, something that gives you the opportunity as well to influence others, to take control of your life and to take action. So I would say that whatever it is that this is stepping in for you in work, or something that is associated with work at the least, that gives you an opportunity to work on it, to make your money with it, or even if it's just like a side hustle for the time being, it's something that will be very emotionally rewarding and fulfilling for you, and it will be a very passionate endeavour for you. What is this Seven of Cups about for Capricorn? There's something here that you're juggling. You may feel very tied down with your responsibilities. You may feel like you have too much on. You don't know which way to turn. There's an idea here of like maybe you are juggling a lot at home and at work and with your relationship. It may make you feel slightly confused that you don't know which way to go. I would use your intuition here. There may be fears as well about moving forward. You may be afraid to speak your truth. You may have a tendency to kind of put your needs aside for the needs of others. Clarify this Ace of Swords. There is a kind of clarity coming in for you. I feel like for some of you, you are looking at your options at the moment and not kind of knowing which way to go. I feel like there will be a clarity coming in for you, particularly with the Ten of Swords. There's a tendency for perhaps for some of you to be anxious, to overthink. I feel like you will be moving away from that energy here. You may be becoming your own boss here. You may be becoming your own, like you may be leading a situation in this. You may become a future leader if you leave what is stressing you out in the past, basically. I feel like the realization that comes to you is that you need to move away from a particularly controlling situation, something in the past that controlled you, something that you're still dealing with, healing from it. Could be an ex, for example, could be friendship groups, family matters. It's asking you here to move on from it and to achieve some sort of inner peace. You could need to do some spiritual work here as well, some healing, some meditation. You're definitely moving forward here with the Chariot card. You're definitely moving forward. Let's clarify this. Where are we? The Moon. What are Capricorns afraid of here? The Moon is generally about a fear of failure. It could just be general fears and anxieties. We do have a lunar eclipse coming up, so if you have Cancer anywhere in your chart, then just be aware that it will feel quite a difficult time in terms of your emotions. It may feel quite overwhelming around the 26th, which is in a couple days' time as I'm filming this. So just be aware of that. A lot of fears and anxieties may be coming to the surface at that time. regardless if you have Cancer in your chart or not. But if you do, you may feel that gravitational pull quite firmly around the 26th, in the run up to the 26th and afterwards. There's definitely some sort of transformation that you're going through internally, even if you don't feel it in the physical realm. If you feel like nothing is really changing, there is definitely a sense here that you are moving forward. Seven of Swords, you are afraid that someone's going to betray you. You are afraid that someone is going to leave you out in the cold, that someone is lying to you, cheating, stealing. You may have been cheated on before. If this is a romantic relationship, you may have felt betrayed before by someone, and you still carry the fears of that to this day. Just know that this person really feels like your wish fulfillment. It could almost feel like for you it's too good to be true. With the Seven of Swords and now the Nine of Cups, like it's too good to be true, like they're not being completely honest with you, or that they're hiding something from you. Who is this person? Let me get a new deck for you, Capricorn. Who is this person? I see that for some of you, you're in a committed relationship. It doesn't feel like a new connection necessarily. It feels like it's quite stable. This person wants everything with you. This person feels like you are their emotional fulfillment. They feel happy in the home with you. You could have children together, or you could have children from a previous relationship. This person feels very emotionally fulfilled with you. They feel like you give them everything that they need. They may have always wanted a stable home life, and they feel like they have that with you. Yeah, Queen of Cups. Could be a same-sex relationship. You have two Queens of Cups here. There's definitely a sense here of emotional fulfillment. You feel very emotionally fulfilled with them, and vice versa. It is reciprocal here. I feel like you love each other, and you love each other very, I want to say firmly, but you, sorry, you love each other and you know you love each other. I feel like on your side though, Capricorn, you're kind of scared that it's too good to be true. I don't think it is. I think that it is exactly what you want at this time. There's a lot of ideas between you two. There's a lot of banter. There could be a lot of humour in the relationship. There could be a lot of messaging. There could also be a sense here of like a lot of chemistry, a lot of passion for one another. It could also be like some arguments, I want to say, but not like, I don't want to say arguments. It's like there could be some conflict at a certain point, or it could be that there is just a lot of like discussions. There's a lot of fire energy between you two. Because there's two Queens of Cups though, I feel like perhaps both of you could have strong water placements, or at least you feel very emotionally towards one another. Even when you argue, it comes to a fair result here. It feels like justice, it feels like karma. I think that you two are fair with one another and you work things out. You work things out. So I don't think you have anything to necessarily be afraid of here, Capricorn. I feel like this person is definitely who they say they are. So I feel like this betrayal is more like it's more like a fear that you have that they will betray you. I don't necessarily see that that is happening. You have the Magician again. So you've had the Magician twice in this reading. There's a sense here that you manifested this person, or that you are manifesting this person, that you are kind of you have tried to magic this person into existence. They may really feel like wish fulfillment here. I would just be careful that you don't put too much of a front on with them, and vice versa with this other person. I feel like there could be an energy here that you're afraid that this person isn't quite who they say they are. I feel like underneath they have a lot of feelings for you. But just be aware that they could have a kind of funny energy to them, or like a trickster kind of energy. And I feel like that's on your side as well, that maybe you're not always honest and upfront in the way that you should be. I think you're afraid that this person is going to leave you. And there could also be a sense here that you're afraid that what this person is offering you isn't quite real. Or that it's not like a real offer of love, that it is kind of like an immature energy. You could be older than this person, feel like this person is quite immature with you sometimes, that they're not mature in the way that you want them to be. With the Page of Cups, could be a fire sign, could also be water. They could have strong Pisces elements in their charts as well as fire. Could be like fire, water here. So Aries, Sagittarius, Leo as well as Pisces. Could also have Cancer, Scorpio placements. And roles can be reversed. It could be here that this other person is scared that you're going to leave them, or that it's not quite a serious offer here. What is the outcome for these two? The Sun. This is going to be a very rewarding relationship. This is going to be something that brings you a lot of joy. This is something that really lights you up. There is a lot of joy and prosperity to be had in this relationship. It is a good match for you, I would say here, Capricorn. If you're wondering, I think it is a good match for you. Three of Pentacles could still be someone else in the picture, but I see this more as being like you're afraid that there would be someone else. I also see it here like perhaps you may be focusing too much on your work. I don't necessarily see this as like a strong third party situation. The third party here I think could be work. You may be wanting to spend more time on yourself and on your work, and vice versa. You two might both work too much. I see that you want to spend more time on your work, and it could be at odds sometimes with your relationship or with your family life. There is a sense here that you just need to be honest about what you want. Yeah, there's a lot of fears. You could also be dealing with a Cancerian here. Or you could just be dealing with someone that can be quite moody. And you could be quite moody yourself here, Capricorn. There's something under the surface that you're not being quite honest about. There are some fears that you're not telling your partner about. I think the fears here are about betrayal, like you've been betrayed in the past. Things haven't worked out in the way that you want. So there's an energy here of you almost being extra cautious in some way, of moving forward. It feels like perhaps you think sometimes it's too good to be true. I think you need to be more honest about what these fears are. And of course, roles could be reversed. It could be here that your partner is not being quite honest with you about the fears that they have. They may have come out of a difficult relationship. Yeah, they're holding on to some fears here. I see this as more being on their side. They're holding on to some fears here. They're holding on to something that hurt them in the past that they haven't quite moved on from. I don't see it as being like they're still involved with this person, but it's like they still carry the hurt of what that person did to them in the past. What is the advice for Capricorn in this situation? Yeah, there needs to be some sort of a resolution here. There needs to be an honest conversation, I feel. You have the Ace of Swords twice, so there is a need to be honest with one another. I would say here that you are both very emotionally involved in this connection. You both feel like this is real, that it is wish fulfillment, that you love each other. However, I feel like perhaps there is some confusion at times because you are not being honest with one another. So I would try as much as possible to have an honest conversation. Try to bring things to an appropriate place where you can talk, and try and be just as honest as possible about how you feel on both sides. I think as well, like sometimes, be honest about how you feel in this situation. There is a tendency, I think, with you two that maybe it becomes kind of argumentative, or it becomes kind of cold and distant. There could be some resentments that you are not sharing with one another, despite the love that is there. So you just need to do it in a way which is cautious and careful while still telling the truth, right? While still telling the truth. Yeah, keep it kind of light in a way. You could be watch what you say to this person. You can tell the truth without being kind of rude. You can tell the truth without being very blunt. You can tell the truth without kind of trying to hurt that person. Just watch what you say in this situation. If it does come to this point, and I hope that it does for you, where you're kind of laying everything out on the table about what's happened in the past, about how you feel, about kind of your fears, your anxieties in this relationship. Once you get to that honest place, just be careful of what you say. Yeah, King of Cups. You need to be moving forward here with an emotional aspect. Be aware of your emotions and try to be honest about how you really feel here. That is what the advice is here. Bottom of the deck, the Lovers. This is a really divine connection, so it's worth fighting for here, Capricorn. Okay, I'm going to leave that there for you today. Remember, if this resonated with you, I would love to hear how it resonated for you in the comments. Please remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.